we get there in the end.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, this is my first, second interview.
Yes, Rebecca. I get to do this for you now. We're
Ye-
all have first.
Yes,
How has it been back home now?
it was awesome. Awesome trip.
How was the wedding?
It went very well and I enjoyed. Like, I'll be in every picture. I sat beside my brother. So, in the whole wedding.
you, every time I saw pictures of it, it just looked like you was like massive smile on your face. It was so nice to see.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you saw it, right? I did live at my mom.
Mm.
Yes.
So how was your mum getting used to it all? Because I know beforehand you were saying about like your family, what you weren't sure about how your family would take it all and stuff like that. How's it going now?
Yeah, everybody likes it. Most of my family members, they spoke about my YouTube channel and they're making fun of me, but I'm not. I'm just like blushing inside me.
Oh, you look so happy. I love it.
Yes, and uh, my mother is making. My mother was making a pickle. So for me,
Mm.
so I thought of recording I thought of making it Instagram live, and I did it. And
Ah,
she really loved it because when I say when I said many people are watching you and people from India, London, America, they are watching you, and then she is like so blushing and smiling.
yeah, she looked really happy. I was like, oh, but she have arms like He-Man. The amount she just did, and I was just like, wow, like perfect sync. It was kind of hypnotizing to watch as well. Like the way it's really hypnotized, it's in perfect rhythm. I was like, I could have watched her do it all day, not had a problem. I was ready for my day, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna sit and watch this now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining that live session.
That's all right. I was just like, oh, I wonder what you're up to at the moment. Because people were like, I wonder how Aj is. We haven't heard from her. She's been a bit sporadic, obviously. Because I was like, no, she's not about. She's like gone to see the family and stuff. And just as everybody was wondering where you were, there you were.
Yes,
We're talking about you.
I also missed IG, but I felt myself that I want to be present at that moment, so that's why I didn't uh, put stories or Instagram feed or something like that.
That's totally understandable. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just take your time away from it.
Yes. But I have like so many clips, marriage clips, and I want to make a video collage of my brother's wedding, so I want to show you guys.
Yeah.
Small
Oh, can't
clips.
wait. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I
Yes.
like seeing big family weddings and stuff like that, and especially in different cultures because, like, us British, we're very stiff upper lip and stuff like that. So we don't really get to see many different, unless you're part of that culture or you marry into that culture. You don't really get to see the different types of it. You just
Yes.
get standard white wedding, very bland food, and it's the food's always so beige. I'm just like, this is so not how I'd have it. Like every family wedding I've gone to, like my family weddings, everything is beige. Every food is beige. It's all sandwiches and sausage rolls and that kind of. I love seeing different cultures with their food and stuff like that because I'm just like, oh my god, it's got color.
And I wore sari.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Pictures for that.
Yes. And I'll show the picture and how. So this is me and my nephew.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yes.
He's you look so pretty.
Thank you.
Colourful. There's so much colour.
Yes, I wore blue color sari.
Looks right nice. Looks right nice.
Yes, and he wore like a dhoti kind of dress. My nephew.
Oh, you got very chubby cheeks.
Yes.
I love kids with chubby cheeks. You just pinch them and like, oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I'll share these pictures. So my mom, dad, and me.
Move it a little bit more to the centre. Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
And you spoke to her, right? My sister Raji. She introduced. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. You all look so alike. You can all tell your family.
Yes.
You all tell your family. So we're gonna. Have you listened to my other podcasts?
Not recently, but I listened to. Yeah.
I am slowly putting them up onto YouTube as well. So
Awesome.
Yeah. It's taking me a while, but because my internet is very slow, so I'm having my uni internet to like upload stuff because it's so much quicker. But I'm like making them up and putting them onto videos. So I'll do a little intro and then I'll put the podcast like in a video up onto YouTube so people can listen to it like that as well.
Awesome. I'm super excited. That's what I like. I want you to do from long time.
It takes ages. I'm not gonna lie. It takes ages to make sure you make it the right length to fit it, and then you've got to make sure it starts and then you've also got, because when I did the podcast, I didn't originally think of putting them up onto YouTube. They were just a podcast. So now I've got videos to intro to them, and then trying to find space where my kid's like, shh, for I had to, like, I'd get way through it. I'd get just to the end of the intro, and then my son would be like, ah!
But that's okay.
Like, if you can hear my son in the background, I apologize, but this was the 5th take of it.
But you have so much content, so you can put like so many podcasts on YouTube.
I'm getting through them slowly. They're not in order because for some reason 1 or 2 of them have gone missing, and I have no idea where they've gone. So I've got to go reaching for like old memory cards and stuff like that. So I don't know what's happened to them. But I think when I transferred everything onto my new laptop, some things went missing.
Okay,
So,
like you published all podcasts on Anchor, right?
Anchor. Yeah, I know. So if I can't find my backup files, I can always go onto that. So
yeah,
it's
you
not,
can download it from that. Yes.
Yeah, it's not too much of an issue, but it's just a bit of a piss take of moving stuff around, sorting stuff out. We're gonna go on to this. How I do this is I introduce the podcast.
Okay.
Introduction now. So I've narrowed down my intro. Then I say I have a guest.
Okay.
You introduce yourself. And we go from there. And then I have a question at the end that I don't tell anybody. And everybody gets the same question. So you don't know until the end.
Okay. I'm feeling excited, nervous. What question is that?
Everybody gets it. It's the same question. The only time I didn't was when it was a band, and it's very hard to ask the same question to 5 different people. So I ended up having to change it slightly, but that's the only time. So I keep that one nice surprise to the end.
Okay.
So when you're ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right. Good evening and welcome to another episode of A Cuppa With. We're here to discuss people's stories from mindset, mental health and everything in between. I hope you've got your brews tonight. I have got a rose lemon iced tea. I figured that it'd go for something a bit different. As per usual, I have a guest with me today. She has actually just been on a journey and she's come back and she's back into it, and I'm looking forward to talking to her. If she'd like to introduce herself.
Yes, I'm Revathi. You can call me RJ. So many people or many believers from Believe Nation, they call me RJ with love. And I did my master's here. I came from India. I did my master's and now working in Texas. Like I also suffered with like a depression, like anxiety and fear. I have so many dreams in me, but I have that fear, insecurity in me. So that's why I didn't take action for almost like 24 years. But like in 2018, that is the year I came out of that zone. So, and also I started in that year only, I started YouTube channel called The School of Rockstars. And the first, when I first started it, I just started, it was like just putting myself in front of the camera to come out of that fear. But in the middle of it, I realized I need to do so much. I have that so much power in me. So I started interviewing people. I'm like started meeting people, knowing their stories. What I personally believe is every person has unique story. So they are the rock stars of their life. So they are unique.
Well, that's very similar to what I believe. Everybody has a story, and it's worth discussing it because, well, we can share and help each other.
Yes.
So, as you said, you're currently in Texas, but you're not from Texas. I'm sure people realize by now. What made you do the big change? What made you go, right, I'm going to upheave my life and move halfway across the world to start this possible dream? Because that's very brave.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Action.
Yes. I have, as I told you before, I have so much of entrepreneur thoughts since my college days, but I didn't take any action towards it. But
Mm-hmm.
but I'm very good student. I get good grades and I'm the topper of the college. But I'm not happy inside myself because
Yeah.
I have that fear of speaking to strangers, or not only the strangers. Even if I want to ask a simple question to my teacher or professor, with that fear, I make that simple question into a like complex one.
Yeah.
So and
That's the thing, is we all do that. It's overthinking. Are we
yes,
getting it the right way? Are we saying it the right way? Are they going to answer nicely, or are they going to come across rude? How are we going to put this? There's so much, and it could be such a simple question, and you've overthought it's this complex thing.
and I have that insecurity that I feel my English is not good. If I speak like what other people will think of me, I have that judgment fear. Yeah.
Self-judgment in your, yeah.
Yes.
I can understand that. Like, what my listeners might not know is I've known RJ for quite some time now, and we've been talking back and forth, as well as she's also had me on her YouTube channel. If you don't know it, please check it out. And I've seen you progress. I've seen you go from extreme nerves to being able to talk. We all know we get a bit nervous sometimes. We all get a bit nervous.
Yes.
There's nothing. I think if your nerves are completely gone, then my personal belief is you're not excited by what you're doing, because nerves is a part of being excited.
Yes.
But you grow. I've seen you massively grow.
Thank you. Thank you. You are one of the like a pillar for it.
Oh, it feels so much.
Yes, because and you gave me like a true feedback, like what I'm doing and how I'm growing, and what the mistake I'm doing, how can I improve myself. So you have given true feedback. But what I did is I just didn't listen to it. I implemented your feedback. I just felt I told myself that just take a chance, uh, implement that feedback that you got from Lynn or any other person. let's see how it goes. If it like if you are getting a positive progress with that feedback, then you're doing better with that feedback. And listen to people. They are not they don't give negativity just like that, or positivity. So they love you, so that's why they are giving true feedback. That's why I truly like thankful to you.
Oh, thank you. I truly believe in constructive criticism. I think what people tend to do is, yes, negative reviews and feedbacks like, oh, you can, I'm told to ignore that. But I think people go on the other end of being too nice
Yes.
and give true feedback. It's always nice to be nice, but some people, you can be constructive with your criticism. You can be nice with your criticism. It's one of those where you can be great with, you still need to be true. You can't somebody if you're telling them what you think they should hear. You need to go, right, I got to take myself out of this. How can they better themselves without me going, I think that I'll just be nice.
Yes.
And tell, like, no, if I want to truly help, I have to give an honest feedback, an honest criticism, which is going to help you. And like, it was amazing. You just, I mean, it wasn't just me. I'm not going to say it was all me, but the constructive criticism you got from me and from others.
Yes.
You changed it into your own way. And I think that was the best thing about it, is you took this constructive criticism and didn't just go, right, I'm just going to copy and cut and that's it. You went, right, okay, I get this, but how can I make it mine?
Yes.
I think that's the perfect mentality to have. It's going, I can take this and this is somebody else's opinion, because it always is.
Yes.
But how do I make it mine? And I think you did that absolutely perfect.
Yeah, because everyone has their own kind of presentation, own kind of thoughts. So
exactly.
Yeah, and like before, previously you asked about like why you came to US from India, leaving your parents and family. Like I'm the girl child, only one girl child in my family, and I have two elder brothers. So my parents know that I will do what I feel like. If I want something, whatever it takes, I will do that.
You're determined.
Yes, I'm determined. Like yes, since like a childhood, I will do that. I have that habit. I'm not just interested. I'm committed to what I want in my life.
See, I love that. You're speaking to another person that's fully committed to being determined.
Yes.
So I'll tell you something here that's funny. Determination runs so strong in me. It's led to my son being determined to the point where he was trying to climb something today, couldn't do it, so used his teeth to help him. That's how much determination. And I can definitely see it in you. I've admired your work for some time. I'll be honest, some of the stuff I can see where your inspiration comes from. I can see you. Like you can, everybody has a way of mimicking certain stuff because they respect it.
Yes.
But you shine through to be still you above it all.
Thank you so much. And like Evan Carmichael, he is one of the pillar for like me coming out of that fear, or because I came from like a middle class family, and I don't have that thought of coming to US.
Yeah.
So, but like my father, he just like asked me, "Are you interested in going?" Because he knows me very well. Like he knows me that if I strongly believe in doing something, I will do it. So he asked me, and he planted that thing in my mind. And on that day, from that day, I started like preparing for exams. Like I wrote all the exams that required, and I attended visa interview, and I prepared all the documents by myself, and I didn't went to any consultancy for doing that things. But I took some of my friends' help and my family's help to do that, all these things. and I came here for my masters. And during my masters also, I am like a normal student,
Yeah.
where like every student thinks why, like mainly when I came to US, I am also like the normal student, where I need to earn money, I need to earn more money, and I need to spend it on my family. I want to see my family happy. I feel that if I have money, then like me and my family will be happy. But that's not the case. That's what I realized during my job search period. So
Yeah.
that's like a very crucial period. After coming out of the college, I really learned the life lessons, real life lessons.
See, that's the thing. There's only so much books can tell you.
Yes.
Being a mature student myself, I can honestly say, knowing what I know now, what I would have as a teenager going to uni, very big difference.
Yes.
But how did you feel when you got here? Like, once you got here, got settled in, how did you go from I'm just going to be a uni student to
Yeah.
going to be a rock star? I'm going to be a YouTube rock star.
Yes, like when I first came, like I came in 2015. There is no gap. There are no not many days gap for the university starting. That's why I didn't feel like homesick or that like that. I just went to college and I opened a bank accounts. I did, like I also searched for part time jobs so that I can take care of myself, my expenses, without taking
Yeah.
money from my family. And yes, and after that, as I completed and I got job, then like a that's a biggest step. That's a like From that day, I started working with my family to clear out my family debts and loans. So within 1 year, I cleared all my loans and family debts.
Wow.
And then I feel I told you, right? When I'm in job search, I felt like very depressed. I'm getting interviews, but I'm not selecting to the job. So
Yeah.
at that period, really felt depressed, but not for many days. I can realize that I'm going into some phase like a depressed zone. So I at that time I didn't felt like um, I didn't keep myself lonely. I went to gym. I went outside for a walk so that I'll come out of that depressed zone easily. And I started watching inspirational, motivational videos. That's where uh, first I saw Mel Robbins' video. Motivation is garbage.
Yeah.
That's how I knew her. So that's how I knew Tom Bellew and Mel Robbins. And from that video, I got a recommendation video of Evan Carmichael. That's where like I knew Evan Carmichael. From that day onwards, like it's in 2017 May. From that day
Yeah.
onwards, I started following him. And like in that depressed zone, and after when I'm clearing my loans, how to tackle with people, how to tackle with myself, how to take care of my expenses, I learned so much with all these things. And also,
Yeah.
yeah, I need to talk to my family, how much debt we need to clear. I need to get the calculated amount, and how many months it will take, and I need to work with them. So with all these things, I feel like I have so much power inside me, like a special thing. If I
You can say that again.
Yeah. So yeah, with all those things, I realized I analyzed myself. Even if I also did so many mistakes in life, but I didn't like sit on that, and I didn't feel like this is the end of my life. I didn't feel like that. I cried at that moment, but I came out of that moment within like a few 1 or 2 weeks, and I started analyzing that mistake. Why I did that? What is the reason behind it? Or like how can I correct it? So that's where the Rockstar came. And
You a very strong mindset to be able to do all that and to understand yourself so
yes,
well. That takes that takes a lot of self-awareness. That
yeah,
you go, right, this is what's happened. I'm going to give myself a bit of time to process it. Once I've processed it, now what can I change? What can't I change? Well, what I can't change, I'll ignore because I can't change it. What I can change is this, and this. So
yes,
what steps do I need to do? This, and this. And it's, as I've just said it, to some people that would be like, oh, well,
I
that's this thing to do in the world. To go through that entire process is the most hardest thing anybody can do, because some setbacks are really fucking huge. It's
yes,
not like, I know that, but I'm guessing in your case, when a setback happens, it really happens, especially when you're coming from another country and you're trying to get your masters. You've got dreams of trying to get past, helping your family. So setbacks can be huge. And knowing that you've set this entire process of being able to how to handle yourself, that's some strong resolve within yourself.
and
That's
when I started
should be very proud.
yes, when I started like learning about myself and I started loving myself, then I feel very confident. Then I felt very confident.
Mm.
Y-
See, that's the thing, is the key to confidence is loving yourself. I've
Yes.
always felt like that confidence can come in many forms.
Mm-hmm.
It can come in how you walk. It can be how you attract attention, and all. There's so many different types of confidence, but I think the truest form of confidence is knowing who you are at any given time.
Yes.
We change to our surroundings slightly. You're never going to be the same as you are in a professional setting as you are to an informal setting, because you can be more of yourself in an informal setting. But I think if you're still, no matter what, true to yourself and you love yourself, you're always going to be true. So that's where the true confidence comes from.
Yes.
So what what was the turning point to really get to that mindset? What made you go, right, I need to love myself? What made you think that?
What made me think that is when I started doing like 1 minute Instagram videos. That's where like I don't know. I don't have the thought of making Instagram or YouTube videos because I just started like editing some videos on clips and posting on it. But I'm not really feeling that. Like I'm not. That is not me. And one of my family members, she told me that you're not putting yourself out. I'm not seeing you in any video. So why don't you put yourself out? And also on that particular, and she just told like simply like when we are talking, she gave me that feedback, but it stuck in my mind. And also I'm watching like I was watching 8-year-old entrepreneur video, like
Yeah.
Julian Alfred, yeah, and he wrote a book and he's talking on Instagram and he's meeting several people, like he's meeting big entrepreneurs, and
Yeah.
he's talking Instagram, and he's telling like I'm 8 years old, but like he's speaking, and I told myself he's just 8 years old and he's speaking confidently. Even if he has fear, he's talking. But you're 25 years old. You're not putting yourself out. I told
Yeah.
myself that words, and after watching his video, I took my phone and I pressed record on Instagram, and I recorded
Yeah.
I recorded for 30 seconds. That's what I really need. Even if it is a 30 seconds or 10 seconds, I want to take that step.
Yeah.
So I recorded like a 30 seconds video on May 14th, 2018. So I remembered that date.
Oh,
Yes.
because that's when you realize everything changes, trust me, you remember the day.
Yes,
When you
and
your
and
entire life's
also
changed.
and also there is something special with that day because like my favorite teacher's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So
Well, that's so from that, obviously, we know that you become, we've seen, well, hopefully, people have seen your YouTube video. Again, if not, where you've been, you need to go look. And you've done so many interviews.
yes.
Like you even think about on one of your videos how you were doing on Christmas Day, and you've told me the story personally how you was working on Christmas Day. Like what the hell? Like that is pure dedication. And I'm with you because I was doing Advent tea and I did it on Christmas Day. So I'm
Yes.
with you on that one. When people are still having a drink and slightly hammered, I'm with you. You made a dedication, you're sticking with it. And I know for me, when I make a decision and I have a goal, I don't change my mind on it. Once I've made that resolve and I've done it, what makes you keep going?
Like you mentioned about this Christmas Eve, right? Like I got holidays on that, like holidays for 2 or 3 days, continuous holidays, and I also feeling low at that time, as like I'm not doing sufficient work, I'm not taking interviews. I felt like that at that moment, and I approached, like I sent messages to people, and they send me like instant replies. Yes, we are ready to give you an interview, and I wrote a list of like 150 names in a book, and I picked like a 20 or 30 people, and I sent messages to each and every person, and I got 3 or 4 instant replies. And
Yeah.
yeah, one person from Evan Carmichael team, like a Danny, Evan
Yeah.
Carmichael's camera cinematographer, like he gave me instant reply saying that, are you free within like a next 1 hour? Are you ready to do in next 1 hour? I said yes, I'm ready to go. and like so many people may think why she is working hard, or why she is taking like why she is working on a holiday just to show off or something. But I feel like I know I'm going to meet my family in February. That's my festive season. That's gonna be my festive season. So
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yep, I completely understand. Not only that, but if you truly believe in something, it doesn't matter what day it is. It's
Yes.
all you believe in a message, you believe in what you're doing. It could be Christmas Day, it could be your birthday, it could be any day that it could be next Tuesday. It doesn't matter. It's
and
all the same.
and it will be very special if you do it on a special day. If you start
Oh,
on a
exactly.
yes, you will remember forever. You will remember for your life, like if you do something special on your like a birthday, that like if you do something scary thing, or the thing that fears you on your birthday or on a Christmas Eve, you can remember for your life.
I also think if you got to think to yourself, when you have those down days and you're not sure whether or not you're doing the right thing, because we all have them.
Yes.
And there's when you go, Agnes sec, it wasn't that long ago I gave up my Christmas or my birthday just to do what I'm doing now. You're goddamn right I believe in what I'm doing, because I didn't give it up for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept moving. And I completely understand that. Because it's one of those where I believe in it to the point where I will do anything. I will give up days that people will be finding special. I'll be giving up time, which is the only thing we can't get back.
Yes.
We can finish everything, but never time. So I think I always think if you can't replenish time in any shape or form and you're willing to give it to something else, it's gotta matter. It's gotta matter. And by you, obviously it matters to you. So what is the message that you're trying to get out there with YouTube and with your interviews and stuff like that? What is your message that you want everybody to hear?
Like, I want to share my journey of becoming a rock star, becoming my true self. Because you can see my first interview that I did with Tommy T. Like, for that interview, I spent like 2 or 3 hours. Like, I was like very nervous, and I prepared so many questions. Like, whether when I'm preparing questions, also I felt like, am I spelling it right or my grammar is right? So I felt I took so much pressure on me and so much anxiety and like nervousness. But when I started doing those interviews and like, without any stop or without any like a break, I felt the change in me. The personally, like, I really felt it. You're getting it better day by day. You are getting it better interview by interview. Like, I used to prepare like a list of questions before interview, but I got feedback from you. I got feedback from other people also. Like, just be present at that moment. I like listen to what they are speaking, and also I have like a good habit of listening to many interviews or podcasts, and like I listen to TEDx speeches.
Yeah.
Like, while I'm working in office, also I have that like facility to I can use my phone, so I'll listen. I'll keep a podcast and I'll do my work. So with that, I got the feedback from you, many people, and I listened to like one of the TEDx speech. In that,
Yeah.
in that person mentioned, like, if you don't have any questions to ask, just listen to what the other person is speaking and pick the question from it. And if they say like, if they say they wake up at 7:05 every morning, ask them why 7:05. That's a question.
Yeah. See, I'm with you. Not once has my podcast ever been planned. I've literally, like, you guys might not realize, I'm sure I've said it before, but I don't go into these podcasts planned. Because I want the truest form of you. And I think if I have a set questions, I mean, I always ask one question at the end. That's only because I also like the unexpectedness of that one.
Yeah.
But in all, this entire podcast is left to show the truest form of that other person.
Yes.
Because I want your true self shown. I want to know your story. Me setting a load of questions would be going, I want my version of your story. But I don't want my version of your story. I want your story.
Your story. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Your story, like other person's story in their own voice.
Exactly.
Yes, and that's what my motto, like doing like all these interviews, because they have gone through so much. They have they have their lows and highs in their life, and they learn so much. And like I'm interested to learn from those small things in their life, because I may not I may not face that challenge, or I may not come through that problem in my life. But if any of my family member or if any of my friend come over like comes through that problem, I can give them suggestion. Like uh, one of my like one of the person that I interviewed have gone through the same thing. I think he overcome this way. She overcome this way. So you may like it may be useful for you. So I can share that experiences with them. So that's why, yeah, that's the motto behind doing all these interviews. And also I want to see my journey, how I am growing. I'm not like doing it for anybody else. My first priority is like I'm doing it for myself, because I want to see myself how, like, facing my fear, facing my insecurity every single day. Even if yeah.
See, for a lot of people, and I'm gonna have to interject here because I'm gonna say what a lot of people would go, oh well, what's the point if you're doing it for yourself? Isn't that a bit selfish? And I'm gonna go, damn bloody right, it's fucking selfish.
Yes, it's
And
selfish.
you have to be. You cannot help other people if you do not help
Yes.
yourself. Not in a I'm gonna take over the world in a narcissistic way, but in a how can I do anything for anybody else if I don't get myself sorted into a degree where I know where I stand?
Yes.
And once you've filled your cup, whatever runs over is for everybody else, but you've got to fill your cup first.
If you
Like,
love yourself, you can love others with like a whole heart.
because it's not taken away from you.
Yes, because you are loving yourself with a like a you are giving importance and priority to yourself. When you do that, you'll share that same love to others without any without any like a negativity or second thought.
I agree. That's why I had to just jump in there and say this, because I know so many people are like, no, we've got to help.
Yes.
We've got to help. I'm guilty. I am
Yes.
guilty of giving more than I should to probably some people that probably didn't deserve it. But I was so drained. It wasn't until I realized I had to look after myself first and actually go, right, time to be a little bit selfish. People think that being selfish is such a bad thing. It's not. Being selfish is not bad. It's how you become selfish. That's where it turns bad. It's your intent behind the selfishness. Your intent being selfish is to make yourself better to help other people. Nothing wrong with being selfish. But if your intent behind your selfishness is to take everything for yourself and never give, no matter what goes on, then it's a bad thing.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, mate, we might need to sort that shit out. But up until that point, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. There is nothing wrong with sorting yourself out, the whole self-care movement, the lot.
And also, I learned that like when you don't love yourself and when you love others, it will increase the expectations level in you, and the expectations will get you like take you to depressed or some like a low levels, or I don't know how to tell, but yeah.
I'm gonna have to alliterate that again. Because that there is an amazing point. That you know what, that dash, you know what, we might as well mic drop that one. That was an amazing point. If you don't love yourself first and you love on others, your expectations on it become higher and you become more anxious, more insecure.
Yes.
That was a mic drop moment, because that's spot on. Like, I listeners, let's rewind. Let's rewind that again. Let's do this one again. If you do not love yourself before you love others, your expectations become higher of them. So when they don't meet up, you get insecure, you get anxious, you become jealous, resentful, all these horrendous feelings that nobody wants to feel, and it ends in you being more miserable.
Yes, because I experienced that kind of things with my friends, with my roommates. Like I experienced that, and I learned from that experience. Like, no, first love yourself, then you share that same love to others.
Oh, you know what? You're speaking to somebody who's way guilty of this one. So you're preaching to the choir. It could be gospel. That's the kind of thing. But I have to. If you take nothing else away from this podcast, people, that one thing, write it on your forehead if you need to, so you see it every time you look in the mirror. But that has to be the moment, that key line. That, you know what? That's even going up. That's the title. Gotta love yourself. So, boom.
And I also want to mention this tattoo that I have on my hand. It's like a permanent tattoo that I got on my graduation day. on December 9th, 2016. And
Oh,
yeah, why I remember this because like I'll tell you, these two middle letters meaning brother in my language, and
yeah.
these two letters means father, and these two letters means mother.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So
You've literally got your own version of family on your
yes,
arm.
yes,
Oh, I love it. I
because
love it.
because I want to be responsible, because with their sacrifices and with their like they did so much for me to come to this position, to be here in the US. Without their sacrifices or without their uh, uh, like uh, their things, I won't be here in this place right now. I won't be talking to you. I don't know, like I won't be making friends in US or friends from like Canada, London, because
Mm.
yeah. And also there is one important thing behind this is I want to be like take responsibility of my family, like I want to clear out debts, and I want to take that responsibility. So why I got it on my right hand is when I'm spending, like when we are giving our credit card to like a store, we'll give it with a, we'll hand it out with a right hand, right? So I want to see my family, and I want to stop myself like spending extra
Oh
on
my God, you're
unnecessary.
gonna make me cry.
Yes,
Like,
unnecessary. Yes,
seriously.
on unnecessary things. I want to stop myself doing that. That's why I got this tattoo. Because, and I also shared you, right? I did like a mistake spending money on multi-level marketing like long back, and also
Hmm.
I did small mistakes when I'm in masters. Like I gave it some money to my friends and they didn't gave me back, and like and also some like my first priority is to clear out my loans and clear out my debts. So many of my friends, they used to go for tours, tours to other places. They'll used to like spend money on restaurants. They also push me to come to tours. That's not a bad thing, but I have my first priority is if I go to one tour, it will take out $1,000 at least from me. So I don't want to do that.
That's beautiful, man. Like seriously, I welled up as soon as you said it. Like I literally welled up. That's stunning. The fact that you understood, for one, took note of what hand you pay from. That
Yes, yes.
is a lot. Like, because most people don't even recognize when they're spending. You not recognize where you're spending. You recognize the hand you're spending from. Like,
Yes.
like that. That is just like blown my mind. I'll be honest. That's just blown my mind because that's self-aware to the next fucking level. Like, not only had you got the self-aware to know that what you have, your family is not just tattooed, that ink is now part of your blood. So
Yes.
your family is blood on blood. That's the thing. On top of that, to know that you want that constant reminder to know that those sacrifices they made for you are going for a good cause.
Yes.
You have the self-aware to know what arm you spend from, so that every time you think about it, it's there. It's like what? That's mind-blowing. I love
And
that.
also the second reason is like I missed my elder brother wedding. So that's on December 10th, 2016. So I like due to I just graduated and I should not go to India at that time, and that's why I got this tattoo right at that day, on that day.
Oh my God, I love it. That's you know what? You've actually got me thinking, what hand do I spend from? Because I am currently trying to save
Mm-hmm.
for my own big dreams. And I'm like, I've changed the way I spend. I've got to admit, there are some things that I need to sort out, but a lot of it's changed. And I'm just like, right, how am I going to change it for future? Because it's my future money situation is a bit rocky at the moment. So I'm trying to save. Plus I have big dreams. We all have big dreams. And I'm like, you've now made me self-aware of, I'm now going to be paying attention to what hand I'm be paying from.
Mm-hmm.
And this saying in Britain, it might be across the world, I don't know, I think it's right to relieve, left to receive from your hands. Now I'm left-handed,
Okay.
so it's very much the other way around, but I don't know enough. So you've got me thinking, you're not paying attention to your spending enough because you can't even tell which hand you spend from. And I'm like, if you know what hand you're spending from, you know the amount that's leaving.
Yes.
But you also, that's also going, and people, you can transfer that to anything. The reason why this is blowing my mind is that knowledge can be transferred into anything. Once you know where it's going, whether it be money, attention,
yes.
love, the lot. Once you know the direction it's given in, now that could be a person, literally your own hand or your own eyesight or your own attention. Once you know where it's gone, yes, you might need a reminder sometimes, like you have your tap on your arm, or you might need a reminder of something that's left a little message inside your own bloody head.
Yes.
Once you know where it's going, then it's your responsibility. Let me just put that last step in there, people. That last step in there is your responsibility to go, am I going to stand accountable and say yes or no? And you've done all that incorporated into one. Oh, I think that's amazing.
And also, like Dave Ramsey. Do you know Dave Ramsey? He's like a financial educator, kind of. He's like a, yeah. I watch like a YouTube videos, and also I follow like a minimalism. Like I love minimalism. I want to be simple. So I used to watch like a minimalism videos, and I came to know Dave Ramsey through one of the video, and like he has like a baby steps. Baby step number one, like he tell us to save like a $500. If a student, if you are a student, he tells us to save $500. If you are a family, he tells us to save $1,000 as an emergency fund. That's the first step I did. I saved $500, and then the second step is I did like clear out the small debts. Like there will be like a $100 debt or $200 debt, right? So I started clearing that debt first. That gave me confidence, that confidence on me. Yes, you're doing it. You're doing it in the right way. You cleared 2 debts, and you're gonna clear out all this in this specific time. I kept like me and my brothers. They are also my strong pillars to do all this. Yes.
I think there's another thing is that, well, people, like, because you say so much and it could easily be like, let me just pull this apart because I think this is awesome. Is what you kept repeating there was little steps.
Yes.
Little steps.
Baby steps. Yes.
Don't think that you have to do these big changes from mindset to mental health to money. We've got a lot of M's going on here, but they're all the same thing. Little steps, even pigeon steps, still means 1 foot in front of the other. You are still centimeters in front of where you were before. And it just is these little baby steps that get you there. And I think people get stuck in the grand scheme. If you was to take what you were trying to do in one big, I'm trying to help with my family to cover all these costs. Oh, wow, that's a massive thing to take on.
Yes.
But if you go, I'm just going to work on this little bit here, this amount here, I want to pay for this here, or I just want to ease things off by doing this first. All these little steps, and they they accumulate so quickly and you don't even realize it because
And
it's just
for that
it's,
little steps also, I kept one date. Like you should like clear out this debt, this small one by end of this date.
mm,
So I set myself.
yeah, because you need something that you'll do as a regular, something that you can just check on as a measurable.
Yes.
Because you can have big grand things, you can have little steps, but you need a little gauger in between. Little gauger. Like I'll say for my savings, I do this thing where I at the end of every day or every other day, if there's like an odd pound pence, so say £53.50, I'll put the £3.50 into savings and don't look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And I'll round it to the nearest £10, whatever it is. And it gathers. It
Yeah.
gathers. And then I every couple of months, just to make sure that everything's fine, I'm astonished each time to see what's gathered. And I've actually ended up saving more than I had originally thought because it becomes a habit. Once you've formed a habit, you don't even think about how many habits do we have that we don't even think about.
Yes.
Like, and once you become that, those little steps turn into this big thing, and you're like, wow, did I manage that? Yes, I bloody did.
And also I started like recently 3 or 4 months back. I opened a savings account with American Express, and with that what I'll do is I'll get like a paycheck for every 2 weeks. So when I get paycheck, the first I will do is first I'll clear out. I'll take $50 from that paycheck and I'll transfer that amount to my savings account every time. And
Yeah.
after that I'll clear out my bills, credit cards, and all those things. And the remaining amount I will send it to my family, and I will I will put $100 or something with me. And with that $100 also I will transfer 50% to the savings account. So I'm doing it for like 3 or 4 months, and now I save like even if I have $10, even if I had $20 remaining in my account, I'm transferring that small amount to the savings account. Now I saved like almost 1100 to 1200.
Wow, that's
Yes,
incredible.
yes,
See, that's the thing. It's little steps, and as I say, this isn't. I know we're speaking it in the terms of money, but this goes for everything. Little steps that you implement to make your day better can change your mindset, your perspective, your mental health. Sometimes, like for me, when I was in my bad days, the fact that I could just get up, make my bed, and go and have my lemon water each morning was sometimes my way of getting through the day. Those little steps helped me because I knew at
yes,
least
exactly.
I've made my bed.
Yes, I'm with you. Like, because sometimes I really don't want to do those little steps, but I motivate myself to do this simple steps, which takes like less than 1 minute to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's that's the thing I say. Like I say, you can implement this to literally anything.
anything. Yes, I just don't implement like only on money. I'll relate the lessons I learned with the money to each and every aspect in my life. So
See,
yeah,
there's always a lesson to be learned.
sometimes I feel like I don't like I want to share this with you. Sometimes after eating, I don't feel like cleaning my plate. I just want to keep it in a sink. But at that I'll take my words back, and I tell to myself it will take less than 1 minute to clean that plate. If you just put it in the sink, it will stay until like a next day. It is not good for you, and it is not good for your environment. So I'll clean it up at that moment.
See, I like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm a little guilty for leaving my pots, but there are certain things that I sit there and go, if you don't do it, it's going to bug you. It's that little voice
Yes,
inside of you. like I do a workout 5 times a week. I go to the gym at least 5 times a week. And I know sometimes I'm not going to eat healthy. Lord knows today I had a KFC. But it's, for me, I know that I am relatively looking after myself, but I know that I'm doing that by making sure that I get my exercise in, because it doesn't just help my health, it helps my mental health. And some I don't feel like doing it. I really don't. And I'm like, do I have to? Do I really have to? And then I'm like, just force yourself to go there. And if you don't go, if you get there, do 10, 15 minutes. But I know once I get doing it, I'll be fine. And that's the same thing for the pot, which is the plate or the dish. It's like, you try and talk yourself out of it. But if you literally just started moving, you know you're going to do it. You're not going to like get to the kitchen and go, right, well, I'm not going to bother doing it now, because you're going to go, well, I might as well do it now. Where in the same way as the gym, I'll be like a cat, I'm not bothered. But once I get there and I'm moving, I'm like, well, I'm here now, I might as well make the most of it.
Yes, you'll get the success in your day. You feel that energy.
Exactly. And I know once I've done it, I feel better in myself. Like the whole way through it, I'll be bitching, I'll be complaining.
Yes. Once you do that, you'll pat yourself and you'll say like, I'm proud of myself.
I got it done. I'm fine.
Yes.
But I mean, like they are little accomplishments to help you through the day.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Making a bed, to doing a pot, to putting a bit in a savings, to challenging your depression just a little bit, to getting your ass to the gym. They all go hand in hand, because they're all under the same idea, just different situations.
Yes.
But we are coming to the end. I could talk to you all day. I really could talk to you all day, but we are coming to the end. Where can people find you?
They can find me online on YouTube with the name The School of Rockstars, and they can find me on Instagram with the same name, The School of Rockstars. And I also recently started Telugu YouTube channel called Becoming Rockstar, where like I'll share my thoughts and my experiences in Telugu. That's my mother tongue.
As always, she's amazing as ever, but we've come down to the last question. As I will put links in posts on Facebook and stuff like that for anybody to find you. But we'll come down to this last question. Hey.
Excited, yes.
Excited. I love this question. This question I love. You're about to meet somebody who is going to go through everything that you've gone through. So you move, struggling against getting your mindset right, helping your family, your highs, your lows, your ups, your downs, your bounces back, the lot. You're not allowed to tell them a single thing. You're not allowed to tell them what they're about to go through. You're not allowed to tell them how bad it was, how good it was, nothing. All you can do is give them 3 pieces of advice. What would they be?
3 pieces of advice. I will tell, just start loving yourself with the simple things. Like when you start loving yourself, you'll get to know how powerful you are and how unique you are. Because I used to be like, I have many moles on my face. In the past, I used to feel insecure with that moles, because many of my family members, they are like suggested me to get the treatment and take out from my face. But and with that suggestion, and also I went to a doctor and I consulted them, but doctor only told me that they look very good on your face. Even if I take it, you'll get a black mark at that thing. So she also don't want to do that. And yes, and when I started loving my moles, it became one special thing for me. I feel like I'm unique. I feel like I'm not weird. I feel like I'm unique. So each and every person, change your insecurities to your strong power. Don't be a victim of your life. You have that power to become. When you have that power to become a rock star of your life, why are you being a victim of your life? Don't be that. Be a rock star of your life.
Yes. Oh my God. Anything more to add to those?
Now, no. I, I want to share, like, I want to have a more conversation with you, like, what is like hard work to you? Because I really love hard work.
See, I'll be honest, as we're gonna, as I say, as we'll round this up, but this is something that I've been struggling with myself, because for me, I love hard work. You know this is also
Yes.
what I respect it so much in you, because I know the amount of hard work you put in. But for me, I've had to realize that a lot of my love of hard work comes from my own fight or flight process. I forever always fought against something to prove who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Now I realize that I have to change my ethics and my perspective to, rather than fighting to prove who I am, have to fight for what I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I want to fight for my dreams. I want my dreams to pull me rather than my fears to
Fears.
push me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that entire mindset has changed. So my hard work ethic, even though it will still be the same, because I'm never going to be away from a hard work or
Yes.
look with new stuff and stuff like that, or push myself for what I want to do and pull towards something else. It is a whole thing of, I'm now changing my mind of, and change my perspective of what it is. But for me, hard work is always, I will always respect hard work, because for me, it's somebody going, like you were saying before, I'm not going to be a victim of my life. I'm going to make my life what
Like,
I choose it.
yes.
I want to be able to put this hard work in to make my life better for the future. And not only that, but my message is that important for me that I'm going to work damn hard that everybody hears it. Like, even if you all ignore it, you still hear it. Like,
Yes.
I'm shutting up. Like, I will get your attention. I'm going to walk through a room and go, that, I know that woman's message, whether you like it or you don't like it, you're going to fucking know it. And that to me is hard work. Like, because you don't necessarily have to have people like you,
Mm-hmm.
and still have people remember you.
Yes, and also I want to share like a small story behind the Rockstar, because
Go on.
yeah, my name is Revathi. The name, like a meaning of my name is star in Telugu. So I want to become a rock. You can relate it to a stone, or you can relate it to the actor Rock. He is strong. So I want to
I
become,
like that.
yes.
I like that. You know what? I forgot to ask that. I was going to say why Rockstar, and you know what? I like the idea of better of you being a rock that also shines as bright as a star.
Yes.
That to me is beautiful, because there's always rock star. We all know what a rock star is. We you know what? We all think of the same song, Nickelback, straight away, Rockstar. But the idea that you are a rock for so many that shines brighter than the rest, I love that. I love that.
And also I'm becoming a rock to a star, like you can also relate like this. I'm becoming from
You're
zero.
just so versatile.
Yes,
Like,
I'm
you're so
zero to
versatile.
a star.
Look, people. If you in a few years, like we're all gonna see this person. That woman, she was on that woman's podcast years ago. Like, she's amazing. But I can't thank you enough. I have
Thank you.
loved this podcast. You have seriously mic dropped on several occasions. And like, as I said, this woman has just come back from seeing her family, and she's just like traveled how many hours?
35 hours.
35 goddamn hours. And you know what? She came back, she got straight into work. Now that is something I fucking admire and I love. You just was like, what and what jet lag? Fuck you, straight
Yes,
into
I had jet lag for 2 days. So even
Yeah.
though I came to work with that decision of coming to work, I came out of jet lag even like a faster. Otherwise, I used like I'll be having like for 3 or 4 days.
You got yourself back into rhythm. That's the point.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like, seriously, woman, you blow my mind every time. Every time. If you don't know, get to know, get on YouTube. She also has podcasts. If you like, she's got a podcast going as well of her interviews and stuff. So if you haven't got time to watch videos, there's no reason why you can't listen. So get listening. This woman's going to be going places. You heard it here first. Well, not first, but you heard it again. And for everybody else, I'm going to say good day, good brew. Way!
Hey,
Finished!
thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, that was awesome. Seriously. I was apologized after that. Like, yeah.
Thank you so much. I didn't prepare anything. I came like all the words came out of my heart.
And you felt it. That's what
Yes.
I loved.
Yes.
Like, as she was talking, like, literally, when you were saying about how to, like, unprepared, you could just pick questions. That's exactly what I do for my podcast. And because she was completely free and open, I could see you just being like, I want to tell this stuff. I want to tell that story. I want to tell and it was amazing to see that
Yes.
you floored just yourself, your awesome self. And that's what we need to keep seeing more of.
Yes.
You've grown so much in such a very short space of time. In such a very short space, in the grand scheme of it, very short space of time. But
I will share this with my audience and I will share this with my family.
yes, well, this one will be going up next week.
Okay.
I've just done this one for this week, and this one will be going up either. It goes up between Wednesday and Friday, depending on my schedule.
Yeah.
So I'll put it up between then, but I'll let you know when it goes up, and then you can whoever you want. But yes,
and
yes,
I also recording on my end.
oh yeah,
Yes.
of course, Agnes. Of course you are.
Yes.
Like, seriously, of course you are. I would expect nothing less.
Because I want to document it. I don't want to create it.
No, but to me, like, of course you are. It's you. Of course you're recording it. Like, the thing is that you pay attention. This is the sort of stuff that most people don't realize. And I think you've got these little nuggets that you could just pull it. Like they were saying, you're saying stuff, and I could literally just go, "Oh, look at that," and just pull it apart, like open it like a box.
Yes.
You have all these little nuggets, and you can just pull them apart, and just it's amazing. But I have to go because I have to go sort out my son for bed.
Okay.
It's given me peace and quiet for long enough to do the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it was amazing. Thank you so much. And I said, as soon as it's up, I'll let you know. But you have completely, the whole expectations thing, you've given me like a proper different view. Love that. That's staying right there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right, I'll see you later, darling.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.